With you. Thank you. 10 minutes in.
10 minutes. 10 minutes back.
Definitely can't hit the belt. Let me start in a reflection of my mother. So when you look at your leaves and think of your statement or your word, think about your gift, your dream, your reason. Because there was one thing that my mum, Auntie Mary King, taught me. It's about our gifts being implemented together that create a community that functions and is unified. You know, she was a very strict lady on her book of faith. So strict that she got married in the Catholic Church. When she dumped that fella, she thought she couldn't be Catholic, so she went to the Anglican Church up here. That's how much she was quite certain about her beliefs. And in her book of faith, in the beginning it says, this was good. So my thoughts have always been, why do we treat it so bad? In her book of faith, it says that the trees of the field will clap their hands. Well, why do we cut down every tree? And in that book it says we all have a gift. And today's Tuesday, I think in the last 10 days I've spoken, except for 2 days, due to just struggling to talk because of what happened. Probably the 2,500 people, you know, like at public school, 300 kids from Aurora College, leading CEOs from organisations, sitting on a writers' festival, talking about hope, talking about climate change. In the Gundungurra language, there is a word for God. There is Bayami. So there's a belief that there's a connection to this planet. And as a kid, I grew up with faith and belief in country. I grew up with my mum's brother-in-law, Uncle Harold, Pud McNally. He tried to find a reason to connect to the country that was taken from him. He was born down in Blakeney Creek Mission in Yass. And to a man named John Bell, who was a Bong Bong man, which is one of our clans in the Southern Highlands, displaced due to the fact that the people that came to the Southern Highlands looked at country, it to them reflected the great homeland, so they kicked all our people out. It's this choice and view that we've got to try and change. John ended up down in Yass at Blakeney Creek, and it's always good to reflect when you get different people to work with. I remember years ago the co-op got a fella from Lancashire to come out here and talk about potatoes. My dad came from Yorkshire, and it was drummed into me that we don't like any part of England because we're from Yorkshire. We're not allowed to like England, especially Lancashire. Apparently there was a war over a rose. Who likes roses? I don't. But apparently, I don't even know when the war was. So this poor young fella from Lancashire, he's logged along, and he thought that David King was going to go all Captain Cook on him. And I think the co-op crowd thought I was going to go the same way, because I said, I don't think I'll get on with this fella. And they're like, uh-oh, he's going to go the Englishman. I said, no, he's from Lancashire. Apparently I don't like you. And we worked together, and we had that common goal, despite that differences in whatever it is. Look at this young lady from Iona, and I reflected my granddad, S.E. Cooper, married a Campbell. Campbell's all right? There we go. So, I already said, because Iona are a part of Scotland, but when you're Aboriginal, if you ask somebody who's a part of here, you're liable to walk out of the room limping. So there's these history connections that we've got to change. I don't even know where the Campbells came from. They told me there's some place below a castle where she lived. But she married an Irishman, a McNally. So it's all happening, as long as my dad said we don't like London, apparently. So we carry a lot of this with us, hey? But in my mind, I I basically pull weeds and drink tea. Tonight I wear this shirt because the girls aren't here. My partner hates it. She's teaching. My daughter took the photo and she always apologises more than Kevin Rudd about this photo. And I'm out on my own tonight. So I've got the shirt on. When the photos come out, I'm in trouble. But it's fine. I'm going to have a good night. I wore the shorts because they're beach shorts. I'm down at the gully. The gully's upland swamp. It's a part of our creation that allows the water to seep down the mountain through the peat. I know in Ireland they took all the peat out and almost destroyed that country. We do the same here. We build these on wet areas. For locals, Woolies car park used to be 2.1 metres. It's now 1.8. It's a wet area. My partner says, why do we park there? I said, oh, well, I'm insured. One day I'll get the money back for this ute that's not really worth as much as it was 5 years ago. But I wear the beach shorts because when I grew up in Wilson Street, I probably saw this summer day rarely, as you stated. It was cold, it was fog. There was a brief moment where you saw the sky and then it all clouded over again. If it got above 21 degrees, my nan would have come out the front, looked at me, because everyone has little porches, and she would have said to me, which fella did this? I'm going to get him. Because this weather would have upset her. She was strict. The bus in the late 60s, early 70s was slower than the people walking up Megalong Street. And I'd say, Nan, can we walk? The bus is slower. We get on the bus. So we got on the bus. We sat there watching people pass us. It was cold. We had coal. I had to go down towards the old wash house down here where my mum grew up when she was removed from the gully, because apparently the coal that fell on the road was ours, not the lady that bought it. Apparently, son, that's for free, you go get it. Okay. I grew up in an area where you could almost commit to the environment to be very consistent. So I wear these beach shorts because for the last couple of weeks in the gully, I've seen people in bikinis. Men, there's this thing in Australia called slugs, you might have heard them. They're sort of a swimming trunk, which they haven't got much trunk on them. So one of our prime ministers who we don't like used to wear a lot of them. And I don't think anyone wears them except two blokes in the gully. So I'm down there and there's people in bikinis. I'm thinking, what is going on with our world? Where's our concept of connection? Where's our concept of creation? This place is so timely, it runs consistent. Uncle Harold, who I grew up with, used to burn wild dogs culturally every August because he knew the wallaby grass needed to be burnt for him to come back with my clan within that 18 months to 2 years. It was clockwork. Now, it's inconsistent. Now, whatever we've done in our choices for creation has created an inconsistency that if I had had time today, I think I spotted a post where it said there are flowers flowering in the Antarctic. I think I spotted a post today. That's how much we've forgotten about connection and timing. I'm on multitudes of committees, hey. Not because I'm smart, because I'm Aboriginal. That's my opinion. I'm on the Planetary Health Committee, Aboriginal Advisory Committee, on Western Sydney Uni. I'm on land cares, bush cares, swamp cares. I'm on a lot. But the one I like is the Planetary Health Committee that I sit on. We're trying to change the golf course down here to keep the environment healthy. It has a connection. You're sitting in the gully, no matter what people say. Yes, they left us. Is that me for 1.5 minutes?
That's right.
Oh, gosh. I don't think it rang. It's a connection into these valleys. Planetary Health has two drivers. One, to bring biodiversity. We have a World Heritage Area because of biodiversity. Two, is to bring the health of people. I like that committee because I really desire in my life to have good biodiversity on country, hence I do swamp care, bush care, land care, and I want to see people healthy. I believe in a God that created healthy people. My family worked on community and looked after people because of their belief in this creation. I hope as a group, as you write your words, you think your gifts, we implement them and we bring back that strong connection to our creation. Yellow me, thank you.